my friend home without clothes because she used my boyfriend's shower.
Uh-oh.
Stinky.
I'm 21 female. My boyfriend is 27 male. Let's call him Corey. And my friend in question is 25 female. Let's call her Vi. By the way, this comes from Turby Werby, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKstorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Angie.
And that's both of them. And I'm Dakota.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, Vi and my boyfriend are coworkers and had been friends before I started dating him. We became friends loosely through him, and I'd see her whenever we hung out with my boyfriend's group of work friends. She got out of her long-term relationship a couple of months ago, and since then, she's changed up a bit towards me and my boyfriend. And I've noticed certain comments and body language that started to make me like her less. Over the weekend, my boyfriend and I, plus a couple of our friends, went paintballing. Some of us went to hang out at my boyfriend's apartment afterwards, including Vi. My boyfriend lives with his best friend, let's call him Dean, 27 male, in a 2-bedroom flat. This is important. My boyfriend has the bigger bedroom in the apartment, which comes with its own bathroom, while Dean has a smaller bedroom with a separate bathroom, but the bathroom is much more spacious. Because Dean's bathroom is out in the hall and close to the living room, when we have guests over, that's the bathroom they use. After all, it would be pretty weird for someone to go all the way to the end of the hall and enter my boyfriend's bedroom and go and use his bathroom. So we're all hanging out there and people start to leave until it's just me and my boyfriend and Dean and Vi left. Dean goes to take a nap. I have to leave temporarily to run some things over to my office. When I'm out, I get a text from my boyfriend saying he's getting groceries before the store closes, and he left Vi to hang out at home because she wants to join us for dinner. TBH weird. Honestly, a little bit weird.
Yeah.
I feel like unless the hosts kind of say, hey, like, do you want to join us for dinner?
Yeah.
You gotta leave.
You need to leave.
You gotta
go.
Your time to go.
Like, everyone's gone. Dean took a nap. OP's boyfriend went to the grocery store, and Vi's just like, I have not gotten any hints.
Yeah.
I can't take any hints.
She's just like in there alone in like one room. Oh, OP is at the place, right?
OP's not there.
Oh, so she's truly
No
just
one's
alone.
there. Yeah. Well, I mean, Dean's there, but he's taking a nap.
Oh, okay.
Physically, he's there. Spiritually,
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, that would be your time to leave, my guy.
Yeah. Think that's it, Vi. When I get home, Vi walks out of my boyfriend's bedroom with a towel around her head, evidently having taken a shower, wearing one of his t-shirts with no pants or anything on underneath.
That's way more suspicious.
Huh?
Wow. I was ready to give her the benefit of the doubt, and I was thinking maybe someone just took like a fat dump in the other bathroom and you just like could not stand to take a shower in there. But the t-shirt, unnecessary.
The
No
t-shirt,
one needed
no-
to take a dump for you to wear that t-shirt.
Also, t-shirt, nothing underneath.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't, presumably your underwear didn't get paint on it.
Yeah.
Because you get dirty when you go paintballing. I've only been once. But I was a little bit covered in paint.
Sure.
You want to take a shower?
Sure.
Put that underwear back on.
Yeah.
Don't you be doing the no pants dance in my boyfriend's t-shirt.
You're not Winnie the Pooh. She says, oh, hi. Like nothing's out of the ordinary.
No, she says, oh, bother. I sure wish I had a job, honey.
I can't do, that was not Winnie the Pooh, but I also, that was closer.
Thank you.
Oh, bother. I can't do it. I'll work on it. Let us pick the
I think so. I think it's more like that. I think, like,
oh, bother. Worst of all, when she walked past me, she smelled like him.
oh my gosh. In what way? In like a really gross, like, they definitely did something spicy kind of way. Or in like
shampoo, probably.
Shampoo or his cologne.
Oh, cologne would be crazy.
That would be
Shampoo,
crazy.
I would be like, okay, yeah.
Sure.
She was in the shower.
Yeah.
I love how that implies, Angie, that it's like he might have just like a bottle of goo in his shower where it's just like, yeah, no, this is like my concentrated stench. This is what I smell like, and it's condensed into like a substance.
Ew.
So I keep myself smelling the same.
Gross.
The conversation went something like, did you use Corey's shower? Yeah, sorry. It's just a lot better. How do you know that?
Dude, but okay.
How do you know that?
Sometimes showers are just way better.
True, but how
Some
does she know
showers
that?
are way better.
How does she know that?
So, well,
Eyes.
then, follow-up question, where'd you get that shirt? Where'd you get that shirt? Where'd you put your other clothes?
Yeah, where are your other clothes?
Is he wearing your clothes? Then I'd have even
He's got
more
a
questions.
little romper on.
Yeah.
It's not. It's smaller and dingier than Dean's. Dude, what? Where are your clothes? I put them in the wash because they got kind of dirty from paintball.
I also just want to say really quickly, just because it's smaller and dingier doesn't necessarily make it a worse shower, because the #1 metric for showers is
Shower
water
pressure.
pressure.
Yeah, true. Agreed. But my question is, how would she even know? Because, like, his bathroom is completely separated.
Yeah.
So she probably, unless, one time the other bathroom
Yeah.
was full and she went there, she wouldn't know what his shower was like.
Right.
Dude, word gets around. Okay.
She's like, I heard.
No, no, she does hear, because when the shower turns
Yeah.
on, the water pressure is so intense it
Yeah,
sounds
she's
like a fire
"Wow,
hose.
it sounds beautiful over there. Okay, do you have something else to wear? I have some clothes here. Do you want to wear those? That's so nice, but I'm fine like this. Corey's shirts are super comfy. What do you mean?
Shirts.
Shirts? Are you wearing multiple shirts right now? Because that'd be the answer.
How many times have you done this? How many times have you worn my boyfriend's clothes? Huh?
How many times did you wear my boyfriend's clothes?
My boyfriend's.
Did you use Corey's bath products too? Oh yeah, I used his body wash and shampoo and everything. Hope that's okay. Okay, honestly, I think that is reasonable.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, I
That's
think,
what's in
like,
the
what else
shower.
is she gonna use?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is she gonna use? The glue?
The glue? I think of
So
all the
gross.
things to be upset about, that's like the least
Yeah.
bad thing that she did.
Wait,
I
you
wanna
took a
know-
shower and you used the shower products?
That's
Huh?
insane.
It's not like she used like the bar soap. She's bath
She's-
she's like the body
Yeah.
wash.
What do you mean?
Like a bar of soap.
She washed
Yeah,
that.
but, like,
she put
that
that
would be
bar of
bad?
soap all over her.
Well, I mean, some people are like, so I think some people can be more like about people using their like soap.
That's so
people can
funny
feel
to
weird
me.
about it. People,
It's like,
not everyone.
you're too gross to use the literal object that
That
cleans
cleans.
people.
Yeah.
You're so gross you will taint
dirty
the
it.
soap.
I started to get a little angry. What?
I still need to know where Dean is. Where is he?
He's at the grocery store.
I thought he was napping.
Oh, Dean is napping. You're right. Sorry, boyfriend's at the grocery store.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
thought Dean was the boyfriend.
No. Dean
Okay,
is
okay.
roommate of boyfriend.
Okay.
Yeah. So Dean's still napping,
Okay.
presumably. He
Okay.
naps like no one's business.
Okay. I feel a little bit better about it. Still bad, but in a different way than before.
Mm-hmm. I start to get a little angry. I say, how about I get her one of Dean's shirts or something? And she refuses the offer. I tell her I'm not comfortable with her walking around in my boyfriend's shirt and towel and nothing else, shower aside. And she turns the sink off and looks at me like I've said something to offend her. And we start to argue. In this argument, she calls me insecure and says she's known Corey long before I got with him, and he'd be totally fine with it. And I'm obviously still emotionally immature because I'm younger than them and couldn't act like an adult. I didn't
Dude.
really care. All I kept saying was for her to take the shirt off. What are you going to say?
We don't need to bring ages into it.
Yeah, well,
Has
OP
nothing
is
to do with it.
21, and clearly Corey or Avaya is using that
Yeah.
against her. She's like, oh, I'm 25, I'm more mature.
Why IATA? She's
Why
only 25?
Yeah, she's 25.
She's like 4 years older than her? And she's gonna pull that card?
Yeah, she's like,
Bro.
I'm older and wiser.
Yeah.
Argument gets more heated. She calls me a witch and says I'm entitled and that I'm living off Corey's money and I'm toxic because I'm always at his apartment and spending his money. I'm not. I have my own income. My boyfriend just likes to pay for everything because he likes to treat me. Because he's your boyfriend.
Yeah. And also, you don't live here?
Also, you're not Corey's girlfriend, Vi.
Yeah. You're the one using his utilities and
Yeah.
his shower gel and his
Mm-mm.
clothes.
Vi has made offhand comments about this before. Dean wakes up and comes outside. He sides with me. He's quite angry about this as well. Is she still
Yay.
not wearing any pants?
Yay, Dean.
Do you have an argument? No pants?
No pants, no bra. You can see everything.
No
It's
service.
a thin shirt.
Which makes Vi chasten. And she says her clothes are all in the wash and she has nothing to wear. I say, I don't care. Take off the shirt and the towel and get the heck out. Well, do we really want her to be naked? I feel like that would be worse.
I think it would be worse.
I feel like that would be
So
worse.
She's just like, oh no, boyfriend.
I'm all naked. Your girlfriend said I had to take them off.
Yeah, your girlfriend wanted me to take these clothes off so bad. I'm
She like
oh, no.
demanded it.
I have to have no clothes on anymore.
Oh no.
no.
Oh no. Anyway,
She calls me insane and insecure again and adds, I never got why Corey wanted to date a little girl.
Bro, she's just so jelly.
Yeah, she's
so
big
jealous.
jealous. She's
Oh my
big
God.
jealous. I go to the washer and take out all her clothes and I throw them at her. And Dean goes into his room to call my boyfriend and I watch Vi change into her underwear. Why are we watching? Why are we watching?
This is the real love story here, is
Yeah.
the enemies to lovers arc.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Then she says she doesn't want to put her jeans in wet jeans. That's cruel. And top back on because they're soapy and soaked, and now asks for some of my clothes or Dean clothes. I say I don't give an F, and I start pushing her out the door. She starts crying and saying, "What the F? What the F is wrong with you? Oh my God, what the F?" And I closed the door on her. So I effectively ejected her into the street in just her underwear.
Oh
Wait,
God.
she didn't even have pants on?
That was her
Okay.
choice.
OP.
So I feel like you've gotten a little too far.
Yeah.
feel
I think
like-
you went too far.
Nah, no, I disagree.
Really?
Her boyfriend's not even there.
Yeah, but it's like
Give her a second to like put her clothes. Say you're gonna go out in your underwear,
The
or
boyfriend.
you put your clothes
The
on.
boyfriend's gonna get home and she's gonna be like, "Oh no,
I'm
boyfriend,
so cold.
help me, hide me!" And then she goes and hugs
Yeah,
him all
yeah.
naked. It's like, ah!
I genuinely think that would happen.
I think so
I
too.
feel like you've kind of
And then
created
he
a
takes
worse
off,
problem.
He takes off
Yeah,
his shirt and,
and
gives
he's
it to
like,
her.
he's unclothed.
Yeah,
now.
and she's like, "Oh, thanks, boyfriend."
Thank you so much. I only have these wet jeans.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And my shirt, my white shirt is super wet. It doesn't cover anything.
And now we both don't have our clothes on. Oh no.
nah, but on a real level, the amount of disrespect that Vi was leveling to OP
I agree.
in OP's boyfriend's house while she's there, it's like, oh, that's fine. You can get out.
No,
You can
I
go ahead and
agree,
leave.
But however, I think punting her out without her clothes on is too far. I
That was
think
her.
that's too
Hey,
far.
it was your choice. You either had the choice between soap jeans or no jeans, and you manifested that with your words. You cast the spell
I
by
still
calling me
think-
by saying I was a little girl that he was dating. Well, this little girl's gonna push you out of the front door, and I guess you can put on your soapy jeans or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I think just a step too far, in my opinion. Dean's on the phone with my boyfriend and relaying everything that happened. He's shocked and has no idea Vi was going to shower, let alone use his shower. When he gets home, he tells us that Vi had driven to the grocery store to find him. She tracked his location since him and his work buddies all share locations, and he found her sopping wet and crying by his car.
Yeah, that's again. What is her deal? Is this her boyfriend in her head? Like goo goo gaga, you're living a baby dream.
I think, yeah.
So I think that my plot is like working out perfectly.
yeah, yeah.
Oh no,
I'm,
boyfriend.
I'm soaking wet
Yeah.
and I'm crying and I have no one else. She tried to tell him that I kicked her out of the apartment unclothed and things like that, and he just said he had already heard about everything and tried to get her to go home before he got in his car and drove away from her. I'm sharing this mostly because it's a funny story, but also I've been known to be a little steely and hard on people in these situations. My boyfriend got his boss to move Vi from his team to somebody else's team so that he doesn't have to see her at work. We're not having her over again. Well, it would be pretty insane if she ever came over again.
that really would.
He was pretty irked and asked if I wanted to burn the shirt of his that Vi wore. Joking, maybe. Am I the a-hole? And there are some comments, but what do you think?
I have mixed thoughts here. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's what I was originally imagining in this story.
Yes.
First of all, I thought Dean was the boyfriend. My bad.
My bad.
So I was imagining the boyfriend sleeping like in his room,
Yes.
napping,
Mhm.
and then she getting all naked while he's sleeping, and then she goes and takes a shower in his room.
That would be much worse.
That would be so much worse.
Yeah.
Because then I was thinking like, oh, it's gonna like if the boyfriend's in there and she's the one coming out, then like it's gonna look like they just
Yeah.
did something, you
Yeah.
know, and there is some cheating afoot. But he wasn't in the house.
He
so
was at the grocery store.
that scenario in my head was not simply the case.
Yeah.
then it's just her being really weird and crossing boundaries and making strange behind the scenes moves.
Yeah.
When the boyfriend isn't there. I do think that she just went a little too far.
Yeah.
Like I would understand being a little bit more angry if they actually did cheat and she was like an affair partner.
Or I don't know. Yeah. I think if he were there,
Yeah.
I'd be like, get out.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I think just like, I don't know, maybe just as a woman, I would feel uncomfortable with sending a
Regardless
fellow
of
woman
her. Yeah.
just out in the world on naked like that.
Yeah.
But I wonder where they're living, because I
Yeah,
wonder
it also
maybe
depends
in
on-
Europe it's a little more chill. You know what I mean?
Maybe they're just a little more chill there.
Maybe it's not as like crazy unsafe or like illegal
Yeah.
to have someone outside naked like
Well, to
'Cause
be
it is
clear, she had her clothes.
But
She
was in
put her
underwear.
put her clothes on. When
Yeah, but she was in her underwear and she was pushed out.
Yeah, but how long does it take to put on a pair of pants? Maybe it's
Wet
wet and soapy,
jeans?
whatever.
Wet jeans a while.
that.
It's maybe
torture.
we're talking
That's
20
torture.
seconds.
Still do it. You can still do it.
You can still do it.
I guess, yeah, worst case scenario, if she had her clothes with her, then like, if you don't want to be out there all, Biddy's just
Yeah.
out in the open, pee-pee's out. then,
Yeah.
like, you can put on the wet clothes.
I don't know. I think if I were in this situation, absolutely Vi's never coming over.
For sure.
I am getting very mad. However, I'm like, go into the room, go into the bathroom,
Yeah.
Dean's bathroom,
Yeah.
get dressed. I don't care if your clothes are wet. Get dressed and don't come out until you're dressed and then you're leaving. Like, that's how I would probably have approached the situation, regardless of her like being nasty. Because Dean's already on the phone with boyfriend. Boyfriend already
Right.
knows the situation.
Right.
So you're not going to have to deal with her ever again.
Yeah.
I just feel like we could have handled it. I think it was a little immature to push her out, regardless of how Vi is acting. I don't think you have to
Yeah.
stoop lower, you know?
Yeah, it all just escalated so fast. It felt like.
Yeah. Someone in the comments said like 60% Vi, 30% OP. I feel like that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
It's
That
like
would-
absolutely Vi is the a-hole here, but
sure.
like OP could have reacted better.
Yeah, I feel like we could have at least just, instead of going straight to anger, and maybe
Yeah.
that's just your reaction, so that's
Yeah.
hard to, it can be hard to control, but
Yeah.
I would probably just go to like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
just put on different clothes,
Yeah.
rather than just like, rah, you know what I mean? But
That's because it's
I've
so
not been in
obvious
that
that she's reacting ridiculously.
Yes.
Vi is.
Yes.
So it's like that would be a moment for you. Obviously, again, you can't control anger, all the time and how you react. But that would have been a moment for you to be like, yeah, I might be 21, but I'm reacting way better than whatever you're doing here.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
okay, go,
exactly.
boss her around a little bit.
Yeah.
But there is more to this story. Comments. Comment 1 says, at every step along the way to being wet in a Walmart parking lot, Vi had every opportunity to make better choices. She chose the worst option at every point. She stayed behind for dinner when the rest of the guests were leaving. It wasn't a planned dinner party, so she should have left. True. She deliberately chose to go into the bedroom to get to the non-guest bathroom. There was no reason to not use the guest bathroom, as she is a guest, not a tenant. She did it sneakily, too, instead of asking if it was okay to enter the host's bedroom. I'm going to cut her some slack on using the boyfriend's soap and shampoo if that's what was available. However, she knew she was going ping-ponging, so if she truly cared about being dirty, she should have had a little bag packed with a change of clothes and some toiletries. She violated her host's privacy by going through the drawers, closet, hamper to find a t-shirt. If she meant well, she would have at least grabbed some sweats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if she was already taking clothes,
Right.
why not also grab some pants?
Yeah.
She was deliberately flouncing about in an oversized shirt like some chick in a rom-com waiting for her man to come back to bed. She refused the offer of more clothes to wear when her host made it clear she was uncomfortable. She knew exactly what she was doing by being half-clothed. Platonic friends don't wear shirts with no panties, especially with their friend's partner and roommate present, unless they are trashy or trying to start an organization. I imagine they meant like an argument, but she's trying to start an
Trying to
organization.
start a nonprofit.
Yeah, she's like, I can't wear pants.
Yeah.
The nonprofits don't like it when you wear pants.
Charity needs me.
She insulted her host when called out on her BS. The fact that she immediately compared herself to her host indicates she's jealous that she wasn't chosen and hates that some other woman is living her life with the man who should be hers. She refused to put her wet clothes on when told by the tenant to get out. Wet jeans are difficult to put on, but had she not effed around, she would not have found out. Instead of going home to pick her wounds in private, she tracks her friend to try and spin the story in her favor. She could have confessed to her outrageous behavior and possibly saved the relationship, but she refused to take accountability, so now she's transferred to another team and is most likely out of the friend group, which is what she gets for proving to be a snake in the grass who disregards other people's relationships. You are absolutely not the a-hole, and there is an edit. I wouldn't say absolutely not the a-hole, but I agree with everything else that a commenter said.
Yeah.
There is an edit. I'm giving this post a little more context because I didn't anticipate it to get this amount of motion. My boyfriend and I have been together for over a year. Him, Vi, and Dean all work together on the same team. Vi is just as good friends with Dean as she is with my boyfriend. My boyfriend had no idea she wanted to shower or wash her clothes or anything of that matter. She hadn't asked for permission for any of it. We also had cover-ups when we went paintballing, so none of her clothes got really dirty. Well, okay, that's even weirder then. Because when I went paintballing, we didn't have like cover-ups. It was just the clothes that we were wearing.
Oh boy.
This
It's
is
gonna get straight through that.
yeah. I actually got the least paint on me of like but even then, like you still get dirty. But in this case,
suck it up and put on your sweaty clothes.
yeah, in this case, there's no reason for you to do that. I did not punt her out unclothed. I made sure she had her clothes with her and her bag. So you punted her out unclothed.
She was holding
No.
clothes.
She was holding her clothes. That's clothes.
I reject that. No, she's right. She didn't.
Dakota, if I kick you out in your underwear, regardless of whether or not you're holding a bag with your clothes, you're still unclothed.
No,
Yeah.
If a police officer sees you, they're
police
arresting
officer's
you.
not going to pull up in the 25 seconds it's going to take for me to put my clothes on.
That's not what I'm saying.
If
I'm
you-
saying
but-
if you got seen, you're unclothed.
Okay, but what if the reason I'm getting kicked out of your house is because I called you a silly little baby who's not good enough for your boyfriend?
Dakota, I'm not saying that
But see, no,
Vi
but
is
that's
in
the
right.
context that we're not
I don't care about the
rolling
context.
into this analysis here. Is
I don't
the
care about the context.
insane stench of the disrespect rolling off of this woman
I don't care about the
entitled OP
context.
to immediately remove her from the
Just saying
house.
it's wrong for
It's-
her to use
yeah.
the word unclothed
Yeah.
or not unclothed.
I literally don't care about the context.
She's clothes. She just had clothes on her forearms.
No, by definition, she's unclothed.
Nah, this is another hitchhiking.
By definition, she
This
is
another
unclothed.
hitchhiking.
I reject this.
If I'm naked in the bathroom holding my clothes, I'm naked.
Yeah.
It's just
true.
definition.
Nah.
I don't care about
Biddies are out,
Yeah.
man.
That's different
Biddies out.
because you're in a bathroom.
exactly. It's even worse that she's outside.
No, because outside is where the animals are. And they don't wear clothes.
You guys are crazy.
Anyway, in addition, my boyfriend lives in a very safe area of the town inside a gated neighborhood. She also had her car parked right outside.
Hey,
Makes it a little bit better, but
hey.
If you're in your underwear, you're technically not naked. That's not. We're talking
I
about
said unclothed. I was
unclothed,
just using a different
half
example.
unclothed.
They can't charge you for
can't
that
be
crime.
charged.
Pretty sure you can be charged if you're in your underwear outside.
No, you can't. We've got the proof right
All
here in
right,
the comments.
Dakota's gonna go test that.
Sean said no, so you can't. So
Sean said no.
Not in New York.
Yeah, and police officer
Police
comes up,
officer-
and I'm like, police officer, no. I'm actually wearing my underwear.
Actually,
the bits are
officer, you
covered.
actually have to take your clothes off now if you're gonna arrest me.
Oh no! The officer has to take his clothes off.
Okay, Billy Time says, by definition, she's 3,000 mothers away from
She's 3,000 mothers away from
Yeah.
getting clothes, and
3,000 mothers.
5,000 quintillion
Yeah.
pairs of pants can fit in the Grand Canyon.
How many Gengises away is she?
By the way, you guys are not even, you're 0.000000000 quintillion away from being able to listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio. Just search up OK Storytime.
0 quintillion what? Away from.
Seconds.
Okay. That sounds
Miles.
good. I'll take it. I'll take
The point is, it's right there.
it.
How long is a quintillion seconds? Let's see.
A quintillion second. Wouldn't
I would actually really love to know.
What?
We're finding it out.
quintillion
Oh.
seconds.
It's like
A
it's 4
quintillion
hours.
seconds is. And does anyone care to guess?
4 hours is my guess.
Quintillion
Okay,
seconds.
so
I'm
that's
gonna
gonna be a
say-
little low.
I'm gonna say that it's because there's 525,000
No,
seconds in a year.
no more. You got
So-
it right now.
So I'm gonna say
Gut check. Don't do any mental
Hold-
math. Gut check.
I'm gonna say like 100 years.
Yeah, it's 31.7 billion years.
So not 4
So I
hours.
lowball that.
So not 4 hours. God.
So I lowballed that.
God.
Yeah.
If I had a
Got
little
it.
more time to multiply 525,600.
Minutes.
Oh, that's minutes. Oh, wait. So I actually could have been closer.
That would be, it'd be 1 year.
Yeah, because I was in seconds.
So you would have guessed 1 year?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then that's worse.
No, I guessed 100 years.
Yes.
Because I was operating with minutes,
So what would you have?
which would have made it
We
better.
don't
Just
more
to
of
be
this story,
clear here,
don't we?
that's more than twice the age that the universe is.
Damn.
So
Okay,
you've
so
got a
it's
lot of time.
Anyway.
not 4 hours.
But-
I was close.
Yeah. Anyway, though,
I was pretty close.
a quintillion seconds, 4 hours.
4 hours.
Well, we've got another story. I mean, we got this story. We have this story, guys. Just
Look,
a little bit left.
I just want to. Let's change the context here.
What are
His
you
team-
talking
Now,
about?
now,
No,
what if
no,
this
we're
is?
finishing the
No,
story,
I'm
Cody.
saying,
Finish
what
the
if?
story and then do
What
that.
if this woman? What? Okay, never mind.
Okay.
If you're not into it, I'll leave it alone.
His team at work has each other's locations because of the type of work they do and needing to coordinate with each other during events. Plus, they're all friends. It's typically assumed they're not just stalking each other for fun.
It's assumed, but you
Yeah.
can't guarantee it.
When they're not working. We did not have a problem with Vi before. She's made 1 or 2 weird comments and has been coming over to my boyfriend's apartment more since her breakup. It wasn't anything alarming, but my boyfriend was keeping an eye on her and holding her at arm's length. For further clarification, there's some confusing wording when I wrote she had no pants or anything under the shirt. I kind of meant no articles of clothing, like shorts or bottoms. When I saw her, I had assumed she had her underwear on at least. I later found out she was wearing the boxers and had put her underwear in the wash.
She's wearing his undies? That's way too far. It's one thing wearing the shirt, another thing wearing his undies.
That's
His pee-pee's been in there.
crazy. Okay, so she wasn't fully no pants underneath the shirt.
Yeah, she wasn't just like pee-pee's out.
Yeah. So it's like both
BB's
worse
out.
and better. But that's the end of that story. Yikes. Well,
Oh,
regardless of whether or not, we think that you were in the wrong for pushing her out, she's gone. So you're good. She's out of there.
I mean,
So like,
yeah, whether you're
You
in the,
won.
right. You got there eventually, so
Yeah.
got what you wanted.
Okay, now let's switch the context.
Okay, let's hear it.
Now imagine, Sophie. Imagine this is not about like your friends and your boyfriend, but this is about your parents and their friend.
my
Right?
parents.
Okay.
Like imagine
Explain.
like you're at your parents' house and like they had like a friend over and then they went to the grocery store.
Yeah.
And then this friend comes out wearing like your dad's shirt and no other clothes and is like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm really close with your family." I'd be like, "You need to get out of our house right now."
Do I know them?
Really?
I mean,
Are they a
like,
close
no,
family friend?
no,
They're a
because you
stranger.
don't know them.
They're a stranger to
You,
me.
yeah, you maybe your parents know them.
I'm not kicking them out of my house.
I think
You're-
I would have to leave that
You're
up
not doing
to,
anything though.
No,
I feel
it's
like
like
that-
an adult. I don't know. I'd be like, I'm calling my
They're
mom.
these are adults in
I'm
this
leaving.
story.
Personally-
These are adults in this story.
Yeah, but that's like a real adult. If I'm in that
You're
Nah.
also
situation,
an adult. Just
Wake
by
up!
default.
You are a real
I'm a
adult. You are
baby
25.
Yeah, but we're talking
are
about
an
60-year-old. A 60-year-old comes out in my dad's clothes and said, "I'm really close to your family." I'm leaving the house. I'm out of there.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't
I'm
think
calling
I'd-
my mommy. Mommy, pick me up.
I feel like I'd be like, you know what? You guys do whatever you guys want. I'm not a part of it in that
Yeah.
situation. But I think I would be more prone to pushing this person out of my house if it was the situation in this story.
I
Yeah.
agree. I
Okay.
feel like
No,
a
that is
60-year-old
fair.
yeah.
A 60-year-old that says they're really close and is kind of strange to me. I'm like, okay,
Right.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
leave.
Parents.
You're making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I mean, the context
Yeah.
of like her being
Yeah.
weird since
Yeah,
her
this
breakup
makes more
definitely
sense.
does make more sense. But just girl, woman
Yeah.
to woman, I
Yeah.
just need your bits to be covered.
Yeah, at least
That's
I don't
all.
know. At least put a shirt on and then we can
Yeah,
toss you
I
out.
would like maybe give you the towel.
I'd probably give her the towel, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's add some more context here.
Oh my
Or we
God.
can read the next.
So
one.
I like
imagine
the
this
next
this
story.
mysterious stranger is also hurling insults at you and says that you're a stinky little baby and also that your dad thinks she's so hot.
Yeah,
I'm leaving
depending
the
on how
house.
big this person is.
Dude, you have
If
to
they're
establish
bigger-
dominance. Make them leave the house,
Yeah, but
Sophia.
if-
You're
if they're-
25.
If they're bigger than me, then
Yeah.
I can't. do
Nobody
much.
is bigger than
I'm
you.
scared. Okay, then I'll.
That
then
is
I'll-
your that
They're
needs to be
smaller
your
than me?
mentality.
There's more than me.
No one on earth is bigger than either of you. You're
All
both
right.
the largest people on earth,
If you say so.
but like in like a
in like a strength.
like
way.
a exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've
Look
got
at these
another
two
story.
big ladies.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Let me hold on. Do we have any? No, what do we have? What do we have? What do we have? What do we have?
We've got another
Here
story.
we go.
Yeah, we sure do.
But first, we got a donut from Frank the Pug.
Bring the pug.
Sophia, the last box containing your picture was delivered today. I missed the stream last night, but I watched it today, and it was truly heartwarming to see everyone's reactions. Love y'all. Woof.
Love you.
Thank you so much for
Dude,
$5.
I'm so excited.
Legendary.
Honestly,
Legendary.
Really cool.
it was genuinely really cool. I'm very happy with it, and I do still need you to tell me like how you did it. Did you just eyeball it and come up with all those pixels and place them yourself, or was there some sort of like generator that did it
We
for
got
you?
it.
I think it was they printed out the picture and then they eyeballed like what colors needed to go where based on like the colors in the picture.
If that's the case, I am like insanely impressed because that is crazy.
We might have to save that. I have to leave in 15 minutes, so we might have to start this story.
Okie dokie.
All right.
So, but we'll get to everyone else's. I just have a virtual doctor's
She's
appointment.
got she's got to be like, doctor, help!
Doctor.
My brain fell out of my ears.
I just need to get a typhoid shot.
I need a new one.
This
Okay.
new ear. My girlfriend discovered that I've been lying to her with my friend.
What did you lie about?
I know it was wrong to lie to my girlfriend, and I probably should have just told her the truth. I lied because I didn't want to hurt her or upset her, but I realized it was still a lie. By the way, this comes from Zesty Glows Block 1332, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKstorytime subreddit. And I'm Angie.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Dakota.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We just know what we would do in these situations. So let us know what you would do in the comments. So OP says, I've been playing fantasy football with some friends for years. We are all big sports fans, but football is the biggest. Last season, one of the guys dropped out of our fantasy league because he said it was taking up too much of his time and he was afraid it was pushing him into a gambling problem.
Yikes.
We needed another player, and my girlfriend watches football, so we asked her to play. I know I'm going to catch heat for saying this, but it wasn't as fun playing with her as I thought it would be.
Is she bad at it?
She's really bad, or she's really good.
Oh, that's the
why.
other option.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if it was beginner's luck or what, but she pretty much destroyed the rest of us all season. It wasn't fun losing to her.
Get over it.
So
Literally get over it.
this season, we just decided to tell her that we weren't playing this year.
Literally, you guys are a bunch of cowards.
That
Little
is so
babies.
funny.
Can't handle losing to your girlfriend.
Gosh, well, I didn't want to at first, but the other guys insisted.
Cowards.
We invited the new brother-in-law of one of the other guys to play instead. I just told her that everyone was too busy to play this year, and she didn't question it. On Thursday night, we slipped up, and she found out that we are still playing. She had to go to work, but she was pissed off.
Rightly so.
She's been frosty since she got home Friday morning. Next weekend, we are supposed to go to an out-of-state wedding. Her family isn't from Chicago, but now she said she wants to go by herself. I tried to explain, but it just made her mad. It's nothing personal. No one hates her or anything. I know I'm going to catch heat in the comments. Every time I try to explain it, it makes it worse. I screwed up, and there's no way around it. But she's so upset, and I don't know what to do to make it better. I know I effed up, and there are some comments here, but I want to hear your comments first.
I mean, yeah. You absolutely effed up.
You totally effed
You
up.
guys were being little babies about losing to your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then you, instead of saying to her, hey, like, you were too good.
Yeah.
We are all, we're not in your league, honestly.
Right.
And I would love to help you find a new league, but like, genuinely, you're too good and we're all bad.
Yeah.
That like boosts her ego.
I would totally take that. I mean, if she
Yeah.
had fun and if she if she had fun, but maybe it wasn't her thing and she was like fine with not doing it. I mean, clearly she was fine with not
Yeah.
doing it. She wasn't like insisting or trying to get you guys to start again or whatever. Like, she probably would have just taken that as like,
Yeah.
okay, you guys can play by yourselves, but I get ultimate bragging rights for the
'cause
rest
I
of our
won.
lives.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because you're too scared to play fantasy football with me.
Yeah, literally, you could have made her feel so good, and
Yeah.
instead you lied about it.
Yeah. But also, too, like, if you're playing fantasy and there's money on the table and she's winning all that money,
Yeah.
then you could
You
benefit. If you play your cards right, you could get a fancy dinner for the both of you guys
Agreed.
with her money.
Yeah.
Relevant comments, though. Automatic Serve says, you definitely messed up. This wouldn't even be about excluding her from something, but about how you were okay with lying to her. The key to relationships is communication. My only suggestion for your current situation would be to man up, take full responsibility, and apologize. Then sit down and have an honest conversation with her about why you did what you did and what you plan to do to make sure communication is honest going forward. If you're lucky and work for it, you'll be able to build up trust again. OP says, yeah, I know you're right. I make no excuses. I realize I screwed up. Every time I try to explain, I make it worse. I did apologize, but she doesn't want to hear it right now. I understand why she's mad, and I don't make any excuses for lying or hiding it. I should have stuck to my word when the other guys insisted. Own Cupcake says, don't try to deflect onto the other guys. They're not in this relationship. You are, for now. They didn't decide to lie. You did. Own up to it and take the consequences.
That's a great point. The other guys just said, we don't want to play with her next year.
Yeah.
You were the one who decided to lie.
Right. And even if they did like try to tell you to lie to her, that's still on you for doing it.
They're not in the relationship.
Yeah. Iron Jersh says, nah, you were happy to go along with the guys even though you knew it meant doing something hurtful to your girlfriend. Getting validation and approval from them was more important than your girlfriend's feelings. That's 100% on you. And we do have an update from 2 months later.
Oh boy.
And there were a little bit of spoilers.
I didn't see it.
I think we should just get into it.
Sure.
Updates. So it's over. I know I screwed up and the writing was on the wall. The worst part is that I have no excuses. I know how badly I effed this up. I'm not even looking for sympathy here. When my girlfriend got back from the wedding, she asked me why I lied to her. I didn't have any answer for her. All my explanations just made it worse and didn't really explain anything. I tried to apologize, but she didn't want to hear it. It was the worst week of my life. It was almost like she was freezing me out. At one point, she asked me if we ever talked about her in the group chat for our fantasy league, and I didn't even have to answer. She just said, it's not nice, right? And I think that was the turning point. I never want to see her cry, and the worst part is knowing I did this because I was stupid and didn't stand up to my friends.
Stop blaming your friend.
Well, he's saying he didn't stand up to his friends. So he's taking responsibility for that.
I don't know. But like he was also the one who said like it wasn't fun playing with her. So I feel like he didn't want her to be a part of it.
That's true.
I don't know.
I mean, he said earlier that like he like wasn't sure about it at first. So yeah, there's probably a part of him that did just.
That's the thing. I think he's not willing to confess to himself even.
Yeah.
That's why I think he doesn't have an answer, because he keeps being like, "Oh, well, my friends convinced me and I shouldn't have agreed." But I think deep down, at least my read of it is that he was jealous of how well she was doing and didn't like that feeling, and so that's why he agreed.
Yeah. I think it's very possible. And it is also very possible for you to listen to full episodes of stories just like this one on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, whatever your favorite podcast app is. Just search OKstorytime. There is a little bit more to this story. She said she doesn't think we are compatible and shouldn't date anymore. She didn't want to accept my apologies, and I understand, and I won't bother her now. She went to stay with her family for another week, and now I've heard that she came back because of her job, which is a pharmacist, and now she's staying with friends, but I will leave her alone. I'm looking for another place to live because our lease is up at the end of the month. She left 2 weeks ago and it feels empty, and the worst part is I know it's my fault. I barely care about watching football now, and normally I would be excited about it because my team is in first place. If you take anything away from my post, don't put your friends over the person you love. Learn to stand up to your friends. I learned my lesson after this. And there are some final comments. Fan Feeling says, so what were you guys saying about her in the group chat? Another commenter says, just some unexamined misogyny disguised as humor, I'm sure. And that's the end of that story.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
At least you know that it was your fault, I guess.
Yeah, you literally lost your relationship because you're just a sore loser in football.
Literally, like at a thing that doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
And that's how you lost your girlfriend.
Wow. It literally would be so avoidable. I do wonder, though, if there were other problems in the relationship.
I imagine so.
Because
they were living together.
Yeah, they were living together. And, like, I'm not going to excuse lying.
No.
But a lie like this
seems smaller.
It does seem smaller. But if there's, like, a history of lying or something, then, like, yeah, I think that would be
I think this lie was more that it was, like, a conspiracy of him and his friends. It's like everyone conspired to lie to her.
Yeah.
And then they also don't like her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then they did kind of just brush over the fact that there's like they were talking about her.
Yeah,
and
he
like
said-
saying not nice things.
Like he couldn't say anything
Yeah,
when she asked if they were talking about him.
she just said like not nice, right? And then that was it. Yeah, that's definitely a problem for sure.
Yeah.
I think OP was maybe a little worried to give all the details because he knew he messed up and felt
Yeah.
guilty.
Probably.
Sucks to suck, guy. I'm sorry.
Eh.
Sorry about that, but you learned your lesson.
Yeah.
So just
Don't do it again.
Yeah, but that's the end of that story. We've got another one coming right up.
It's actually,
I
I
believe.
believe. Also, oh, wait, no, there is. Yeah. But I
Okay.
won't be here.
So
I've got to go to the
switch
Where are you? Who are you
doctors.
going to
I don't
get?
know.
Who's
I
coming
think
in?
it's Keita.
Who's
I don't know, but I have to skedoodle.
Will you find whoever you have to grab? You have 10 minutes.
Yeah, Katie Paladin says, "Wait, this was this all over fantasy football?" Yeah, it was. Also, I don't think we got agents.
All he had to say was literally like, "Oh no, babe, we don't want you in the league this year because you're literally too good."
Yeah, honestly,
We took a vote, and you were voted to not be in the league.
I agree. I think she just gets to make fun of you now. But then now you messed it up, and now she doesn't get to do anything with you. You don't get to do anything with her. R.I.P. my guy. But yeah, that's something that I would take. One of my biggest pet peeves is when people go easy on me in any sort of game ever. But this is something that I would be okay
You
with.
want to play Smash Bros?
Yeah, sure. You can just demolish me. I like Kirby.
Of course you do.
That's my character.
I was gonna say, what? You know which character you play? Kirby.
Kirby.
Hey, chat.
Well, because it could,
You're not helping the stereotype. I'm sorry.
I'll fight you in real life. Smash Bros. IRL.
You saw me arm wrestle Riley in Colombia,
That's true, I did.
and I
No.
want you to go ahead. Do you not want me to go easy? We can
Okay,
arm
okay,
wrestle. I can do my pinky.
Oh, arm wrestle. I'm not gonna win. But yeah, whatever. I don't use me as representation for all women playing Smash Bros.
No, it was
okay?
very funny because Carly was like, "I play Smash Bros." I was like, "Oh, do you?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm really good at it." I was like, "Let me guess, you play Kirby?" And she went, "How'd you know that?"
Just because Kirby's the easiest character.
Dang.
That's all. It's not because a girl thing. That's just what I've heard is that it's the easiest character. But also, I played Kirby well because the people that I would play with didn't really know what Kirby could do, and so I would always just like
Kirby sucks.
smash on people.
Yeah,
And
Kirby Kirby turns into a rock and then lands on people and then also sucks people.
It's true. It's true.
Angie, if I were your older brother and you're like, "Let's play games," because I feel like your older brother does this too,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Don't go easy on me," and then like just
Yeah.
demolishes you, you'd be like,
And I'm fine with that.
"Okay," because I've done that before
Yeah.
with just people who say that in general, and they're like, "Don't go easy, man." I'm like, "All right, fine, I won't hold back," and I
Yeah.
still hold back a little bit, just like give them like a maybe like a life or like
Dude, that pissed
just
me
like
off.
get the, like I'll still win or maybe give them like one win.
Yeah.
But then if I just keep demolishing them, you can tell that like one, I get bored, but also because I'm like, okay,
Sure.
okay, challenge accepted.
Yeah.
What challenge? But two, like they start getting really frustrated.
And that's fair. But I think if I get frustrated like that, that's just what needs to happen.
Okay.
I would-
I'm
yeah.
like, okay, good.
I
'Cause I
would-
hate when people are like,
Yeah, like mad about it.
you're like, oh my god.
Because I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because like I'm the youngest, and so people would like naturally go easy on me, and then I'd win, but it'd be fake win, and that would piss me off more than anything.
I
You're
did-
making me fake win.
Yeah.
I'm getting all this pride for nothing.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Dakota's done that too for like,
Pissing me off.
My boyfriend's friends banned me from their wedding because I'm a spicy worker.
Well, that's just not fair.
And this comes directly from the r/OKstorytime subreddit. I, 25 female, have been dating my long-distance boyfriend, Mark, 25 male, for 3 years. We grew up in the same city, New York, but matched on Tinder the summer of 2022, right before he moved across the country, LA, for medical school. By the way, this comes from Green Tree Demon, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKstorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Angie.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, Mark has a close, lifelong friend group made up mostly of men except for one woman, Jess, who's been dating another guy in the group, Luke, for almost a decade. Jess and Mark are not friends, but she has been with Mark's friend for over a decade, so she's a part of the group. Understood. It's important to note mine and Mark's entire relationship is long distance. He flies home for Christmas and maybe a few weeks in the summer, so he sees this group of friends 3 to 5 times a year max. He occasionally plays video games with all the men in the group, but doesn't speak to Jess at all, unless in person, because she's just engaged to his friend. Her and Mark aren't actually friends without the groom. You have made that very clear. OP's boyfriend is not friends with Jess.
Not friends. Got it.
Mark is busy with medical school 12 plus hours a day and has a new friend group in LA. Although he loves his New York friends because he's known them 15 plus years, he does not regularly see or speak to them. I fly to LA every 6 to 8 weeks and spend 1 to 2 weeks there each time, so me and him spend tons of time with his LA friend group, the group he sees and talks to. None of his New York friends have ever flown to LA the last 3.5 years Mark has lived there. Below, I have 3 points listed with all the times the bride acted crazy the last 3 years. For those who want background, and people only interested in the current issue can skip to the last label listed at the bottom. I'm sorry, LOL, I love to talk. When Mark and I matched on Tinder, wait, okay, did you match on Tinder when he was still living in New York?
I think they said
Must
it.
be.
I think they said that at the beginning.
Yeah,
Let me see.
double check. Because
Also,
that would be,
this is one of our own. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Yeah, this is
that
one
would
of our
be
own. Crazy.
crazy if
Oh, wow.
you matched and knew it was going to be long distance. I feel
Yes,
like.
they matched on Tinder in summer of 2022. So
Wow.
So it looks like they've been dating for 3 years. So maybe he was in medical school.
Yeah, maybe he was in New York
He
when
was
they
in New
matched?
York, but then obviously with like medical school,
Moved to LA.
yeah, residency and all that stuff.
Got it. He told me Jess had already found my Instagram and was secretly following and hate watching my content. So weird. Before I even knew her name or what she looked like. For context, I am a spicy sleep worker with a decent online following. 250,000 on Instagram, 400,000 Twitter, 100,000 Facebook.
That's decent.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's pretty good.
That's what we call decent.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
I was
crazy.
just probably comparing it to people who have like millions of
Yeah.
followers.
So I couldn't exactly narrow down her account and put a stop to it. Jess immediately labeled me a gold digger and a salute too. One of those words I can understand because of my job, but she also labeled his virgin Catholic ex-girlfriend that, so I think she's just throwing insults at any new girl and hopes something sticks. But gold digger, he's unemployed and has a decade of school left to do. For context, I owned my home at 22 when this happened. I made around $300,000 that year.
Wow. Yeah, and OP's the gold digger.
Yeah, Mark's like actively probably in like $100,000 worth of debt,
Yeah.
and OP's the gold digger. Mark was unemployed and not even accepted into med school yet. Mark told Jess that stuff wasn't true and reminded her of that stuff and mentioned all this, and she said it doesn't matter and I'm still only after him for his money.
Like, okay.
Someone's a professional hater.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. At this point, I'd be talking to Mark's friend, or Mark should talk to his friend and say, hey, your wife is behaving pretty disrespectfully.
Yeah. Like, what's the issue here?
How much money does she make?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? She's just jealous.
Just jealous.
Jealous.
A few months into talking exclusively, Mark invited me to meet the friend group at a local indoor-outdoor bar. Jess told him I was banned from going. But no, she doesn't own the bar, so that didn't matter. She can't control me, a grown adult who doesn't listen to controlling bullies. And Mark clearly wouldn't listen to Miss Controlling. He told her he wants me there, and I will be coming. The bar closes at 2 a.m., and they stop letting people in at 1 a.m. I arrived at 1 a.m., exactly, wearing a hoodie and sweatpants because it was freezing, and outside of work, I usually wear baggy clothes anyways. Plus, Jess already thought I was a witch, so dressing casually also avoided giving her more ammunition. But whether she was there or not, I still would have dressed that way. Mark asked for no PDA, no hugging, hand-holding, kissing, because he was uncomfortable showing affection in front of friends and at an extremely busy bar. I respected that completely. I hate being touched by everyone, friends, family, strangers, so this was no issue for me at all. He still introduced me to everyone as his girl, so that wasn't a secret. Plus, at this point, we had only known each other for a few months, so it's a little uncomfortable to be all over each other, lol. And by the end of the night, this ended up being a lifesaver. He brought me outside to one of the patio tables where some of his friends were sitting. There was an open chair next to Mark, so that's where I sat. Keep in mind, at this point, I still did not know what Jess looked like, and she had been allegedly cyber-stalking me for months. I met Luke, her boyfriend, who gave me a big friendly hug and was very welcoming and nice towards me. I talked to the other guys at the table, and they were nice too. Finally, a woman in a tight, deep V-neck bodysuit tank top and leggings with no bra approached me, shook my hand, said, "Hi, I'm Jess." and immediately walked away with Luke. It was very specific. Very specific description. I don't think there's anything wrong with that outfit at a bar.
Well, I don't think
But
so
also she's
either.
being pretty shamey, so
Yeah, I think the point is that like if she is being very shamey, and it will probably come up later that
Yeah.
she's gonna say something about OP's outfit, then that's just pretty ironic.
it's good to know.
Yeah.
She did not interact with me again for the rest of the night. I tried to describe our outfits in as much detail as possible because remember, I'm a witch and she's Miss Innocent, yet she's the only one in revealing clothes outside in the cold. Anyways, I was only there for an hour, so I sat and got to know the guys at the table. I didn't touch Mark once, not even accidentally with our elbows, lol. We just sat next to each other at a table. At 2 a.m., when the bar closed, Luke hugged me goodbye again and they left. I never saw the bride ever again. It's been 3 years since our first and last time meeting each other. Once Jess and Luke left, she immediately blew up in the group chat they had. She accused me of being all over Mark and being a sleut and complained that no one else got to spend time with him the entire night. Mind you, she wasn't mad her own boyfriend hugged me twice. That's 2 more times than my own boyfriend did. She clearly had no clue Mark is uncomfortable with PDA and asked me not to touch him. Again, throwing out anything and hoping it sticks. Like I said, she introduced herself and then left the table, so she has no clue if me and Mark were touching. I think she just assumed we were to try and start drama or have another excuse to not like me. And I hope Mark then said, we literally didn't touch once.
Yeah. And let's remember that Jess isn't even friends with Mark.
Yeah.
It was made very clear at the beginning.
So clear Jess is not friends with Mark.
So if they're not friends, why would she even care to hang out with Mark on that night?
Weird. I was at the bar for 1 hour and never touched him. And for the first and only time ever, the guy friends actually corrected her. They said I never touched him and that she was lying. Nice.
All right.
Finally.
We love backup.
Luckily, we established a no PDA rule and all the men saw this, so it was easy to call her BS lie out. I never saw her again after that night. I saw Luke once more later and he said he's not allowed to like me because Jess doesn't. Why would you tell OP that?
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Just saying that out loud, you have to hear how insane that is.
Yeah, like, oh, my girlfriend said I can't like you
Yeah.
or be friends with you because she hates you for no reason.
Yeah.
She met you once and didn't talk to you at all, but she hates you.
Dude. Crazy.
Jess and Luke host a big New Year's Eve party every year. In 2022, 2023, 2024, and you guessed it, Jess banned me from attending all 3.
Why is everyone cool with this?
I don't know.
Yeah, right?
If
I
I
mean-
were Mark, I would be cutting off these friends.
I mean, I get
Yeah.
it. It's their party. That's one thing. Like, okay, but like if it's just OP every time, it's just a very weird thing.
Yeah.
Like a vendetta against OP.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mark goes every year and asks if I can please come because he wants to spend his little time back home with both his friends and girlfriend, and she says no every year.
I don't
I
like
think
that.
that's a red flag.
I think that's a red flag too. I don't like that.
I think
Yeah.
that's a huge red flag.
If I was Mark, I just wouldn't go then.
Yeah,
like-
that's
I want my New Year's kiss with my girlfriend for 3 years.
kind of crazy because it's not Mark being like, okay, I'm in New York, OP's in LA. She can't make it, so I'm going to this New Year's event. It's we're both in New York. My girlfriend has been explicitly uninvited to this event,
Yeah.
and I'm still going. I'm still supporting the people that actively hate my girlfriend.
The only
Yeah.
like leeway I'll give him is like, okay, go say hi to your friends, but we spend the rest of New Year's. Like you go for a little bit, but like
Yeah.
why aren't you
Yeah,
why aren't
At
you
the
even
most.
at the most? But like why aren't
Yeah.
Like if he really wants to go.
why can't we call her
Yeah.
out on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like Luke, why can't we call out Luke on that?
Yeah, honestly.
So typically he goes from around 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. with them, then leaves to spend the ball drop with me at my place. 5
Okay.
5
hours?
hours? That's too much.
That
I
is
was like
too
an hour
yeah.
max, maybe hour and a half. But
Yeah.
like, do something fun with OP.
5 p.m. on New Year's Eve is
Also
is
crazy.
pretty wild.
But
You're
that's
starting a
still
party
crazy.
at 5 p.m.
Yeah, and 5 hours versus the 2 hours that you're spending with your girlfriend. Go on.
And Jess throws a tantrum every year that he isn't choosing her friend group over me. Again, I haven't seen this woman since the bar in 2022. She's a stranger who decided to hate me. We're having another New Year's Eve party this month for 2025, and I asked my boyfriend to get to my house at 7 p.m. so we can watch the final release of Stranger Things. So he may not attend their New Year's Eve party at all, which will just fuel her hatred for me even more. Womp womp. Sorry, my boyfriend cares about his girlfriend's feelings than yours. Get used to it. Well, for the last couple years, he doesn't seem like he has.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
That's frustrating to me.
Me too.
I would be questioning that, but I'm glad he's seemingly coming around this year.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really frustrating that one person, a certified hater, is like dictating everything.
Yeah.
Right.
It's important to note I am diagnosed with agoraphobia. I do not like to leave the house. I don't drink. I don't like parties. I don't like loud music or tons of strangers, so I don't want to go to any party anyways. Okay, that's even okay. Well, that makes sense why he would go anyway. It gives him a little bit more, I give him a little more grace in that.
Yeah.
However, little weird that she's actively excluding you when you don't even go.
Yeah.
She
it's
probably
just
knows
weird.
that, and she's like using that to her. Like Jess is using
Yeah.
that to her powers. Like, I know she doesn't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm helping her.
Mark only sees them for the Christmas holidays, so I do not mind that he goes to the party without me. The rest of the group is nice to me, and he shouldn't miss out on seeing all of them because the one girl who married into the group is hosting and bans me. And now that it's December 2025, current day, she is banning me from her wedding. Luke proposed, they're getting married summer 2026 very soon, and he asked Mark to be in the wedding. They have been best friends their entire life, but Jess immediately reminded him that I'm not allowed to attend. I, as Mark,
Bro.
would not go.
Yeah.
I
to your-
would
to
not
your
go.
bestie's wedding.
If my girlfriend of 3 years, well,
Yeah.
how long now?
Probably
it 3
maybe
years?
4-ish, maybe.
It's 2022, so about, let me see, wait, hold
It's
on.
gonna be 2026 the wedding. So
Yeah, so
It'll be
probably about 3.5 years at this point.
yeah.
Is explicitly uninvited for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
The only time Jess has ever interacted with OP is to say, "Hi, I'm Jess." That's it.
Yeah.
And it was a friendly, it wasn't friendly, but it was like very civil. No argument, no
That's it.
like hate,
Yeah.
supposedly.
it.
Just seemed friendly.
And if Mark really wants, or if Luke really wants Mark in the wedding, then I'll talk to Jess and be like, "Hey, it's not
Yeah.
acceptable. You can't ban the person I want in my like seemingly groomsman,
Yeah.
or as one of my groomsmen, from bringing his girlfriend."
Yeah, I feel like Mark needs to talk. I mean, it's like he's already tried talking to Luke. He did try talking to her about
Yeah.
the New Year's stuff, but I would try to talk to Jess directly again and be like, "What's your problem?" And if that doesn't work, like I would, as OP, talk to
Yeah.
her and be like, "Hey, like, is there anything that I did to offend you? Like, is there?" I didn't really think that we had much of a relationship at all, much less
don't
a
really know
relationship where
you.
I have hurt you at all. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
If this was like a scenario for me where my best friend's partner didn't like my partner just because, I'd be like, we're adults.
Yeah.
We are
get over
adults.
it.
Yeah.
Why? If it's like she did something to you back in the day and like it was very like vicious or like toxic, okay, I get it. But like she did nothing to you.
Don't even
Yeah.
know her.
Yeah.
Every other groomsman gets a +1. Mark is the only one who doesn't because I'm a sleut and a gold digger.
What?
So crazy.
I genuinely believe brides can invite or exclude whoever they want from their wedding. It's their day, their money, their guest list. If Jess wants to ban half the state or not invite her own mother, that would be her choice. So I'm not hurt or offended by not being invited. When Mark told me, I laughed. He was genuinely upset though. And this is why I'm coming to Reddit. I'm wondering if you would cut off your entire friend group because of this one girl marrying into the group. Anyways, this doesn't hurt me, it only hurts him. It puts him in an unfair and humiliating position. Not only does he have to share the news with me and hope I don't get upset at him, but he also has to attend alone and watch all the other couples celebrate together. He has one single friend, Adam, who's also in the wedding party. I asked him if Adam, a single man, gets a +1. He said yes, if Adam finds a girlfriend within the next 6 months, then she'd most likely be allowed to come. If Jess
Weird.
sees her Instagram beforehand and approves of her.
Bro,
This
Jess
is
is
weird.
so insecure.
Incredibly insecure.
She's so insecure. She just sees like a hot girl online and she's like, I need my man far
Yeah.
away from these women.
Yeah.
If he sees her at our wedding, he's gonna leave me.
Yeah, like, dude, you should not be marrying someone this insecure, first of all. And you should not
Exactly.
be getting married when you are that insecure about
Yeah.
your relationship and
No.
you.
100%. And also, in terms of OP's question of like, should Matt cut off the entire friend group if they're
Mhm.
not supporting him? If he goes to them and says, hey, Jess has been pretty awful to my girlfriend and Luke's been letting it slide for 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be at this wedding or I'm not going to be around them anymore. I would still love to be friends with you guys, but I
Yeah.
just want you guys to know I haven't really felt any support in that.
At this point, we're just enabling Jess.
Yeah.
Just to
Yeah.
keep getting away with it. I would also
Yeah, that's the
ask Luke, I'm like, do you want to marry this person? Because if she's
Yeah.
controlling something outside of the relationship, what is she doing inside of your relationship?
Honestly, yeah, like, is he really okay with not liking people and excluding people just because Jess doesn't like them?
Yeah.
And there's seemingly no reason for her to not like them?
Yeah, I would very much be reconsidering going to this wedding if this was the behavior. Because I agree with you, Keon. I think that's just letting the behavior happen and get worse and worse.
Yeah, it's at this point, like, I would be questioning his Luke's relationship so much.
There's more. Jess is purposely going out of her way to hurt Mark. I don't know why. I think that she thinks that will convince him to leave me. This seems like child's play. Is this normal or disrespectful? Disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's super disrespectful. He admits it's messed up for both his friends to do this and says he'd never do that to them. But he also says he would never skip their wedding and would never cut them off. I would never ask him to do those things. I don't care that he hangs out with a woman 3 times a year who hates me because she's married to his best middle school friend, LOL. After Mark told me this, I brought up something else that matters. 2 weeks ago, his uncle, godfather, passed away unexpectedly. He had to fly in for the weekend, and the wake was on Thursday, and the funeral was on Friday. The wake and funeral were 10 minutes from Jess and Luke. They didn't bother to show up to either, not even a
Whoa.
condolence visit. The wake was like 8 hours long. For F's sake, my cat passed away, and my ex-boyfriend's family sent me a fruit basket. Your best friend loses his uncle unexpectedly, and you send us sorry for your loss text. And you said us sorry for your loss text? I just feel like they aren't being very nice to him at all. So they don't support his relationship, and they don't support him when someone passes away. And I hope you guys support us when we tell you that you can listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. There
Wow.
is a little bit left to this story. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I think Mark is just holding on to that friendship with Luke because of the years invested and the history that they've probably gone through. But I think he really needs to reconsider that friendship.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs to like cut him off, but maybe just like distance himself a little bit, see if this is really anything that's bringing value to his life. Like,
I feel like
It's
someone
not-
needs to call out Jess. I think,
oh
I-
boy, sure.
Mhm.
yeah.
Totally.
And maybe it's happened, but it needs to be like, Jess,
She needs
what
to
are
have
you doing?
consequences.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
can't keep getting away with this kind of thing.
Yeah. No.
And I think if Mark keeps showing up, then she will realize, oh, I can keep getting away with it.
Right, because the only thing that might convince her is like if Luke misses having Mark around so much, but she's basically excluding him because she's excluding his girlfriend, then it might convince her to like lower the amount of craziness. You
Yeah.
know?
But I also like looking at OP's mentality going about this is very positive, and
Yeah,
she
it's
knows
super
it's very
chill about
hard
it.
for her partner, and
Mm-hmm.
which like it's their wedding, they can do whatever they want, but it's she sees how much it's hurting her partner,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which sucks.
So I guess my question is, what would you do if you were in his position? Is this just wedding politics? Or is this a sign that my boyfriend is way too comfortable letting his 2 friends disrespect both him and our relationship? Should he cut the entire group off because one girl doesn't like me? Should he only cut her groom off? Is it normal for a bride to single out only one groomsman and ban his long-term partner? Is it even worth a big fuss when this is no longer his primary group of friends and he rarely sees them anyways?
Oh,
If he rarely sees them anyways, then it should be easier.
yeah. But also, I guess that makes me kind of feel better about the situation then. If it's like, if we're suggesting low contact and some distance, they already kind of have that, then.
Yeah, the thing is, I just would not allow this type of disrespect to slide if it was my partner.
Yeah.
Like, if someone actively said, like, I don't like your partner for no reason,
No reason.
was like, no, they're not allowed to come to the wedding because I don't like them,
Yeah.
and they're not allowed to come to this party because I don't like them, I'd be like, okay, well, I'm not going to those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My partner and I are a team.
Yeah.
Because what happens like when we get married? Like, I'm not going to leave my wife at home.
No.
Or,
Well, it
like-
seems like Mark would do that right now. So I feel
Yeah.
like he needs to really evaluate. where the line is.
Totally.
Keep in mind, this issue does not affect mine and his relationship. It affects his relationship with his friends, which is why I added the relationship there. And that's the end of that story. I think he's got to confront Luke and maybe cut off that relationship with Luke and Jess.
Yeah.
I
mean,
don't
I
think
feel
he
like
has to cut it off with all of the friends.
I feel like it's gonna be like after the wedding. It's kind of like, wow, you've been ruling what I can do and can't do with my partner in these situations, and already our relationship's on, not built on sand anymore, but it's just like we're distancing ourselves. We're growing apart, and that happens. But someone needs to call out Luke. Someone needs to call out Jess because this isn't cool.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. And if it's not really like affecting OP and Mark's relationship, then like that's great.
Yeah,
But
that is good.
yeah, but I mean, I guess if
Doesn't mean it's
she's
okay.
too distraught about it, then like I would want OP to talk to Jess directly. But yeah, I guess the focus would just be on Luke, or Mark, and see what he wants to do about that friendship.
Agreed. But we've got some comments from the video. My wife cheated with my best friend.
Oh man.
And this was posted October 23rd, 2025. TLDR says, from story 1, OP's wife started spending a lot of time with his best friend after both had lost loved ones. What began as support turned into cheating, emotional at first, then physical. OP caught them in the act, started divorce proceedings, and eventually finalized the divorce. Now he's trying to move on, but the ex-wife recently had a stroke, leaving him feel guilty and powerless. If you're curious to know the full story, you can go watch the full video.
Dang.
And we've got some comments.
Do you remember this one?
Honestly, not that well. No.
Yeah.
But let's see what these comments say about
that
it.
last sentence gives me like a vague memory of it, but everything else is like a million stories just like it. So.
Yeah. And we do have some comments here. First comment by CCJLM8H. They say, first story, it is not OP's fault. The ex-wife never accepted the consequences and never moved on. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, sure.
You're probably right.
Probably right.
Following up with a comment by ShugLove75 saying, this poor man, whose wife was cheating with his best friend? I am flabbergasted that her family is blaming him. They need to look at Sue as she caused all of her own stress.
That's crazy to blame the guy that got cheated on.
I know. I feel like that happens so much. And it's
Yeah.
so
I kind of
stupid.
remember that because everyone was like, how dare you leave her in her time of
Yeah.
need kind of thing.
Like, well,
Oh,
maybe she
gosh.
cheated on me.
Yeah.
Another comment here by Krista Todd says, the way the cheating wife said, I didn't think anyone would be hurt by me basically betraying you. Girl, what?
Yeah, me cheating on you shouldn't have done anything.
Yeah. I didn't think it was that bad.
I didn't know my
it's
actions had
fine.
consequences.
Oh my gosh.
And one last comment here by Brittany Rice 7338 saying, in the first story, OP excuse for cheating was low self-esteem and self-worth, but she is confident allowed to OP to date other people and think he will come back to her? That she can handle open marriage? People mess up taking no accountability, then come up with the dumbest solutions. She threw out the marriage, not OP.
True.
Yeah.
True. If you cheat, relationship's done.
Yeah. It's almost like when people cheat, it's like any like resemblance of logic that they have is
Yeah,
just out the
It's
window.
out the window. Yeah, they always
Mhm.
blame what from the stories we always read. Sometimes we've heard like the craziest things. Where like
Yeah.
it's your fault. You made me cheat. I didn't cheat because I wanted to cheat. You made me cheat.
What?
Right.
Doesn't make much sense.
But now we can get back together because I cheated and I got that all out of my system. I love you. It was your fault, but we're
Yeah.
good, right?
Like it's fine. Like it's not that bad. Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
But that is the end of those comments.
And the end of this episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you
And see you tomorrow.
Hey, don't leave yet. We have some bonus stories that we think you'll enjoy, so stay tuned for the next one.
My boyfriend's friend made me uncomfortable. She's way too involved.
Or she's trying to level up.
Ooh. My 28 female boyfriend, 26 male, together for almost 4 years, has a friend who I will call Sarah. Sarah is a rather new friend in his life. I've only been hearing about her for a few months, but something just feels off. By the way, this comes from Dry Union 666 on the TwoHotTakes subreddit. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. So let me get some context out of the way first. I promise this is relevant.
Oh boy.
My boyfriend and I have been long distance for most of our relationship. I moved across the country for a really amazing job placement opportunity pretty much right when we started dating. After a year at the placement, I moved back home for a few months and then received another offer. After a long conversation with my boyfriend, he encouraged me to take it. This placement was much closer, only a 2-hour drive, but it was for 1.5 years. However, because we were closer, we would be able to visit all the time. The 1.5 years flew by so quickly, and I moved back last year with my boyfriend just moving in with me a month ago. Okay, on to the girl.
So we've had a lot of long distance.
Yeah.
And a lot of opportunities for your boyfriend to maybe find another friendship.
But maybe not. Maybe he's been faithful.
Platonic friendship.
My boyfriend is just finishing up his education degree, and he recently started talking about this girl in his class, Sarah. They had known each other over the years and have played on several intramural teams together. I had heard her name before, but just as like, oh yeah, this girl Sarah got hurt during our game, or things like that. However, on their most recent basketball intramural team,
She plays basketball.
apparently Sarah and Tyler became better friends, and I started hearing about her more. I want to preface this by saying I am not a jealous girlfriend. I am a firm believer that I don't need to stress about cheating because if someone cheats on me, our relationship is just done. I know I am worth more than that. My boyfriend has a ton of girlfriends and I genuinely like most of the ones I know, but my spider senses are tingling with Sarah.
One time I played basketball and there was a girl there and
she
I'm
beat
pretty
you.
sure she just played
schooled you.
basketball so other guys could talk to her and she was a pick-me girl.
That
and
is
then
not why women play basketball.
that was just my one encounter with one girl that played basketball. Any
Women
other girl?
don't play basketball just for the attention of men.
That was my one experience that I know was false. Getting into it, I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty flawed.
Good. I'm
But
glad
I'm just
that
saying,
you
like, is
acknowledge
this
that.
like Sarah? She played an
Okay.
intramural thing in college.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Okay.
My boyfriend tells me Sarah describes herself as one of the guys because she likes sports. Riley's right. And hates makeup and says she's not a girl's girl because girls are too much drama. Yeah, she's a pick me girl. She's a pick me girl.
way.
Riley's right. Yeah, Riley's right. Riley successfully has jumped out of the hole. He's done one of those jumps where you literally just jump straight up. Like one of those crazy jumps that people do.
I am ecstatic right now.
Yeah. These are the things I said in high school when I was desperately trying to get a boy's attention. I just got a worried feeling, and I will say at this point, I had not met Sarah, but there was some red flags going up. Recently, Sarah's family threw a barbecue for her graduation. My boyfriend was invited, I was not, but neither were any of their friend group's partners. And so he went. When he got back, he was telling me about the barbecue and was saying he met Sarah's mom and they chatted for a hot minute. I asked what they were talking about, and he told me she was asking a lot of questions. Most of them were pretty basic. Where are you from? What's your plans after graduation? These kinds of things. However, my boyfriend told me about a portion of their conversation that made me feel weird. Sarah's mom specifically said, Sarah tells me you have a girlfriend. To which my boyfriend said yes, and told her how we met, about how we've been long distance for so long. Sarah's mom apparently then kept saying things like, why would she not stay here with you? Why would she choose to leave when she could have just worked here and been with you? Eventually, Sarah came up to them, and when she learned that they were talking about me, she jumped in saying, oh, his girlfriend's so smart and so pretty. Mom, she just works so hard at her job and she's climbing that ladder. Her mom then went on a long rant about women not doing what women should do anymore and how sad she was to see women pick their careers over family.
Whoa. She's like reverse psychology red pilling for Sarah.
Yikes. Yeah.
Wing woman of the year?
Yeah, it's so just she's like, I got you, Sarah. And Sarah's like, well, this is how I've been taught to view other women. My boyfriend said he eventually got a little uncomfortable and just kind of ended the conversation and went to talk to his friends. The second circumstance that has weirded me out came when Sarah subbed for my boyfriend and I's rec basketball team. We needed an extra girl because we were short, and in co-ed, you have to have at least 2 girls on the court at all times. So my boyfriend suggested Sarah sub, and I agreed. I wanted to meet her, and we needed the sub, so why not? At first, Sarah was fine. She came in, my boyfriend introduced us, and all was well. But throughout the game and at drinks after, she said a couple of things that were weird. During a play, my boyfriend made a mistake and bounced the ball right off his foot and out of bounds. He did so in a way that was really funny. Everyone on the court laughed and we carried on. At halftime, which was right after the foot thing, Sarah came up to me and said, your boyfriend's such a goofball. Did you know sometimes when he's frustrated, he picks at his nails? I thought this was a weird thing to say, considering 1, this is a rec league basketball, and a small silly mistake doesn't really matter. And 2, it just felt like a weird thing to bring up because my boyfriend wasn't frustrated. I replied saying, I know his quirks, don't worry, we've been together for 3 years. And Sarah said, wow, 3 years, that's impressive, with a weird smile on her face. I kind of shook it off.
It feels like they're competing with one another.
Absolutely. Well, she's
like there's another game happening outside of the basketball game.
A psychological game.
Dude, it would be so fun to see, like, I see the story playing out right now. The teams are going back and forth, and then Sarah and OP are going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And then you assign one to a team, and it's like, who's winning?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You battle it out on the courts.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever wins the game wins the man. No, that's bad. I kind of just shook it off and moved on. We ended up losing the game by a good chunk, but I think we all had a lot of fun. My boyfriend went to change, and Sarah came up to me and said, I'm so sorry I couldn't bring in a win for us. I know how competitive your boyfriend is, and I really wanted to give you guys the win. I said it was no big deal. Everyone likes to win, but it's rec league, and it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. To which Sarah said, don't you care about your boyfriend's feelings? If he likes to win, you should work to make sure he feels good at the end of the day. You should work to keep your mouth shut, girl. I was so shocked, I didn't even say anything. And a couple of my teammates walked up and asked if we wanted to go for beers quickly. And so the subject changed. My boyfriend and I ended up not going because I had to work early the next day, but Sarah did go. One of my closest guy friends plays on the team, and his girlfriend was at the game watching, and she also went for beers after. She texted me while they were out saying that Sarah was weird, and she kept saying how she wished my boyfriend could have come out because then she would have a familiar face. But his girlfriend made him go home. I asked a couple of other teammates, all guys, what they thought of Sarah, and they all said they liked her. I'm not concerned about my boyfriend cheating because of my views around cheating and because I know my boyfriend loves me and wouldn't do that to me. He also hasn't really said or done anything to make me worry. However, Sarah makes me uncomfortable. I don't know if I can feel justified in being uncomfortable or if I am reading into this too much. I also normally would talk to my boyfriend about this. However, my boyfriend's ex was very emotionally manipulative and was very jealous of any girl in his life. So much so that she made him cut a lot of his friends out of his life. When we got together, he told me he would never let a partner dictate who his friends could be again because of his ex. I don't want to bring this up if I'm overreacting or reading too much into things, and I don't want to upset him. I also don't know if I would say, don't be friends with Sarah. I would probably land more on, Sarah makes me uncomfortable, here's why, which is exactly what I was going to say.
I think there's a better approach.
What?
How does Sarah make you feel? Because I've noticed these things, and I want your point of view on it.
That's a good one too.
And then you kind of...
And then you're like, yeah, Sarah's been kind of weirding me out lately. Because like, after you lead in with that.
Exactly. And then you go into your experience, and then they're like, oh, I really never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Because if they're like, how does Sarah make you feel? And you're like, oh, well, you know, it's like this and this. And like, I noticed this. Oh, that makes me think. Here's my experience. Oh, wow, I agree with that.
Yeah, you can just be like, I had a really weird interaction with Sarah the other day. Like, it felt like she was kind of like competing with me. Like, you're not like, you don't even maybe lead in with like, I should make them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's just like, I had a really weird interaction.
Yeah, prompt it.
Yeah. And hope that he makes the decision to spend less time with her out of respect for me. Am I justified in being weirded out, or am I just overreacting? Would I be the a-hole if I brought this up? I don't want to cause my boyfriend any trouble, and I really don't want to come off as an a-hole if Sarah gets wind of how I feel. And there is an update.
I mean, I understand his past experience with his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, but that's not you.
And
don't be afraid to bring up how you feel.
Yeah,
out of,
and
fear of
you can say, I don't want you to hang around this one girl.
Yeah.
Like when the season's up, could you not hang out with her anymore?
Or just, I think you start with just make me uncomfortable, see where that goes.
Yeah. But if it gets worse, as the girlfriend, you can make that call. Be like, I don't really like you being around this person.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know, she makes me uncomfortable. Update. I just want to clarify a few things first. I've seen a few comments saying my boyfriend is going to cheat or he's the problem. I want to be clear that I'm not asking if you think he's going to cheat. What I'm asking is if I'm valid in how to approach the subject knowing my boyfriend's history with his ex. My boyfriend is not the problem here, Sarah is. I totally get it. To be honest, usually men are the issue. Hot take. But in this case, it is Sarah, not him. After looking over all the comments today, I decided to have a conversation with my boyfriend. I decided to bridge it in a, this is how I'm feeling way with no accusations or anything. I also was very forward with being clear that this isn't about Sarah being a girl. It's about Sarah being a person who is crossing lines. He did take it well. We apologize for not seeing the signs, but even after I explained how these comments come across, he didn't seem to totally get it. He said he doesn't always see how things can have bad intentions because the only person's attention he cares about that is mine. And so he doesn't even pick up on those things because he doesn't think too deeply about it. This sparked a bit of a deeper conversation about part of loving me and being respectful to me going beyond just him, but also about requiring his people to not disrespect me. He was receptive. I think he's still a little lost. So I suggested he text Sarah and let her know he wouldn't be able to make it to a group dinner this coming weekend. No explanation, just saying he couldn't come. I told him straight up, if she responds by asking or insinuating that it's something I'm forcing him to do, that should prove to him what her intentions are. With no context, she shouldn't blame me. She should ask a general question about why he can't make it. The idea came from the comments, so thank you. I wanted to beat her at her own game. A lot of comments said she might use me bringing this up to him against me. And so I thought if it came down to it, I could beat her to it. And sure as crap, her response was exact quote, "Let me guess, OP has suddenly created some reason for you not to go." She responded within minutes of his text. The second he read her text, I think something clicked for him. He was kind of amazed that I predicted the future, to which I told him, I know girls, because I am a girl. We are currently together, crafting a message to Sarah to formally draw a boundary. Because even if he gets it, she doesn't, and he can't avoid her completely. If there is interest in hearing what a response is to the message, I'm happy to update once we write and send it. And there is another update.
Oh boy.
But I feel like, they're on the same page at least.
Yeah, they're on the same page now.
Yeah, so like even if it's not necessarily what we would advise, they're not, they're not fighting about it. They're not like distrustful. They're on the same page.
It's crazy. I just can't.
But there is
Not
another
about
update.
this.
Hey everyone, thanks again for all the comments. I do have an update. Last night, my boyfriend and I together wrote a text to Sarah to formally draw a boundary. After we discussed the situation, we came to the conclusion that although my boyfriend could not avoid Sarah in all circumstances, he would be very clear that he wanted limited contact and only in group settings. He explained to me that he really valued his friend group that Sarah is a part of and will be looking to them for support as they all enter their first year of teaching. I really understood this, and I get that unless everyone in the group cuts Sarah off, he will have to see her sometimes. My boyfriend said he also felt that explaining this to the guys of the group would be difficult, and that it would be best that we handle this between just Sarah and us, and explained to the group of friends that my boyfriend and Sarah had a falling out. The text message we sent to her from my boyfriend's phone is, "Hey Sarah, just wanted to reach out and be straight up with you. I've been doing some reflecting about some things I've been hearing from others and feel that some of your actions with OP have been a little shady. When I brought this up to her, she told me that she's been feeling really uncomfortable, and I can't ignore her feeling uncomfortable, so I need to prioritize her. I decided that it is best that we only see each other and communicate to each other in group settings. And even in those times, I will probably not speak to you as much. I hope you understand." I expected Sarah to reply instantly because she usually does. She read the message at 11 p.m. last night and did not respond. So we went to bed. When I woke up, I asked my boyfriend if she responded, and he said no. I was genuinely surprised and thought maybe she was handling it maturely. I went to work and got a text from my boyfriend that said she's lost her mind.
Oh, this actually is a problem. I thought this was a bit much to text her about these boundaries.
Yeah.
Like, just like, be chill. Don't interact. Don't initiate anything. People usually get it after a while.
Yeah. Nope.
She lost her mind.
She lost her mind. She lost her marbles.
Well, Sarah's mom. I forgot about the whole Sarah's mom thing.
Sarah has definitely learned some talking points from her mom and some like ways to go about the world, and she's definitely taken that to heart.
Yeah.
Apparently last night, instead of responding to my boyfriend, Sarah messaged pretty much everyone else under the sun. She messaged all the friends in the group individually. We think we've asked 4 people, and they all said they got her text, with screenshots of the text. One of the friends, who I will call Josh, is my boyfriend's closest friend in the group. What we didn't know about Josh is that he and Sarah have been hooking up for several months. Sarah went nuclear on Josh, ranting to him about how controlling and obsessive I am, and that my boyfriend was probably being emotionally and mentally mistreated. Josh, who I knew decently well, apparently agreed with Sarah and called my boyfriend this morning. My boyfriend is horrible at spilling tea, and I really didn't get many details from him about the call. From what I understand, Josh called my boyfriend asking what was wrong. My boyfriend explained the situation. How well, I don't know. I wasn't there. And Josh said that Sarah asked Josh if she should plan an intervention for my boyfriend with their friends to save him from me. Josh told my boyfriend that he thought Sarah was really upset about this, and that's when he told my boyfriend that they had been sleeping together.
I would be so confused if I was Josh right now.
Yeah, I'd be like, what? You're saying that she's crossing boundaries with you, but she's been sleeping with me?
Yeah. Or is he so hallucinated? Like, yeah, you're right. Whatever you say.
Yeah.
And he's just mind washed.
That's what it sounds like. Brainwashed.
What did I say?
Mind wash.
Same thing.
Josh and him talked for a few more minutes, and Josh asked my boyfriend to still come hang out this weekend, which my boyfriend said he would think about it. My boyfriend texted me right after they got off the call, and I told him to check Snap Maps to see where Sarah was.
This is toxic.
Her location hadn't updated in 8 hours, but it showed her most recent location was in the area Josh lives.
I don't like this whole, she read it at 11 p.m. but didn't text back, blah, blah, blah. I checked her Snap Maps.
Yeah, why are you stalking her now?
I don't like these little games.
Icky. We aren't sure exactly where Josh lives. We just know the neighborhood. So here are my conclusions and thoughts. I think Sarah was with Josh last night when she got the text, and she was likely there when he called my boyfriend. I also think if my boyfriend goes to hang out with his friends this weekend, Sarah will hold this weird intervention. I'm a little annoyed with my boyfriend because I don't think he explained to Josh well enough that I wasn't controlling him or forcing him to do this, that it was his decision. What I think has happened is Sarah has just successfully made me the bad guy amongst his friends, and they all probably think I'm a controlling partner. I do care about this. I want his friends to like me because I want to get to know his people. I don't really know this group too well. I've only met a few of them a handful of times. Ultimately, the most important person is my boyfriend, and he knows what my intentions are. However, I feel like I somehow screwed this up. I feel like I gave her what she wanted, and I'm questioning whether I overreacted to everything now. If she's been hooking up with Josh this whole time, why has she been making all these comments to me? Is she still after my boyfriend? Is she really sleeping with Josh? I think my boyfriend is also confused, but he told me that from what Josh was saying, Sarah seems absolutely distraught about the situation.
Aw, Josh is out there picking up the pieces.
The fact that she's absolutely distraught is a red flag. I mean, like,
I'm not talking to Josh. I'll be like, dude.
Yeah, like she's clearly terribly upset that we're not hanging out one-on-one anymore. You don't think that's suspicious?
Yikes.
Like, why hasn't she made it official with, like, why? Maybe Josh doesn't want it, but,
Yeah.
Or maybe she's in love with someone else. I asked him if he felt that we did something wrong, and he told me he doesn't think so, but now feels awkward with Josh. My boyfriend texted a couple other people, and they all just confirmed they had heard from Sarah. He called one of his other guys from the group of friends, but he hasn't heard back. But you know who you will always hear from? Us! If you go to Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or Spotify and listen
Search
to
up OKstorytime
full
on Apple
episodes, stories just like this, if you look up Storytime. There is a little bit left to the story, but do you have any final thoughts?
I was looking it up on Apple Podcast because
Not
it's
quick
there.
enough. It's right there.
I'm just shocked that it blew, like Sarah took this out of proportion.
There's a lot of test and trickery going on both ends, which is like not great. I think OP is definitely right about Sarah's behavior.
Yeah.
But I think in trying, I don't know.
She didn't execute it very well.
Yeah. There was a lot of like tests going on, which
comes with maturity. You know, you need to test when you're younger.
Yeah.
Figure out you don't need to test when you're older.
Exactly.
But that's all my thoughts. We already know
how
we feel here.
But we can finish this off. I feel bad, but I also still trust my gut. I don't think her sleeping with Josh really changes anything for me. Josh didn't say they were dating, and even if they were, I think her comments and her mother's comments, all taken together, are still really weird and rude. But I don't know. My boyfriend said he probably won't hang out with the group this weekend. He says it's awkward now and he doesn't really want to be around Sarah, but he didn't say he would for sure not go. I don't really know what to do, but I feel secure in that my boyfriend has my back. I just feel like I ruined his friendship with that group. And that is the end of that story.
My boyfriend is banned from his workplace because I told the truth.
They couldn't handle the truth.
My boyfriend's cousin, let's call her June, and I have been very close friends for a long time. My boyfriend, I'll call him George, works in the restaurant business and he managed a restaurant in our city. His cousin also works for the same company that owns the restaurant that George works in, but she works in a bar they own in the same city. We rarely go to George's restaurant, but we decided to have a few drinks and eat there. By the way, this comes from Firm Detail 27 on the r/charlottedobreyoutube subreddit, and if you just submit your own stories, go to r/okstorytime subreddit. So I decided this time not to let him know we were going and just surprise him. He found out we were there and told us he found out because everyone told him his cousin was there. Everything seemed fine, and we even gave a card and cash tip. This will be important later because we had a great time and our waitress was very attentive and kind. Days went by, and during an argument, George let me and June know we're not allowed back at his workplace.
What?
His reason was because I apparently was staring down his waitress, treated our waitress like crap, and his cousin was shaking her butt, and it got posted on the work group chat. He then told me he only found out we were there because he was getting complaints from his waitress. We argued more, and I called him out on his lies because I never once stared down anyone nor treated the waitress badly, and it wouldn't have made sense for me to and then give her a big tip. I also called him out regarding his accusations about June because she was sitting down the whole time. She happened to come out in a recording, and she was shaking her arms and upper body to the music because she knew they were recording, and the person that was recording was an employee she knew.
Okay, so she's doing like,
Yeah.
and they're like, she was dancing on tables.
This made things worse, and well, he let me know I was permanently banned and didn't want June back at the restaurant, and let me know he was going to tell her.
Why is your
This makes
boyfriend?
no sense.
Your boyfriend's not defending you at all.
The following day, I let her know, and she once again cut ties with him. He eventually, weeks later, admitted he only said that because he was mad and wanted to get back at me.
Whoa. So he
However-
full lied.
Yeah, he full on lied just to get back at her. However, months went by, and someone told June they had found out she's not allowed to go. Then eventually, George Ramley went off on me for telling June about it. He said he only ever banned me and not June, that he only cares about June and never had a problem with her. He then proceeded to say I was an a-hole because now his supervisor and employees know about this and have heard that June had been talking bad about him. He also told me I basically ruined his relationship with his cousin and I should never have told her about our relationship problems.
Dude, you did all of that. You caused everything here by lying.
Was I wrong to tell June? I can't help but think maybe I added more fuel to the situation by telling her, but I also kind of felt like I had to let her know because I didn't want her to go and then be told she can't come in.
That's insane. He was like, yeah, and also June's not invited. Like, she can't come in either. And so he's like, oh my God, I'll let her know. Like, wow, I really don't know what we did. And he's like, why did you tell June?
Yeah.
Why did you get mad?
I'm confused because there's so much more to this iceberg.
What is he getting back at her for?
That's what I
I'm
want to know.
confused. I'm
Yeah.
like, what's going on, dude?
This literally makes no sense whatsoever.
No sense.
Comment 1, not the a-hole, but to ban you and June, who is your friend, tells me he has a work
That's what I'm
girlfriend
thinking.
/ fling and he doesn't want you to meet them. Best way is to ban you and June so she won't tell you. OP says, I did not expect to hear this here, but I also had a friend tell me the same thing. There had been some weird stuff with how he's sometimes going out of his way to look at my screen, nor not letting me use his phone, but I didn't think much of it. Reply, every single person who has worked in a restaurant could have told you this. He banned you so his work shag doesn't meet the connection. I would ditch the pathetic little wienerhead for the way he spoke to you, but once you check his phone, you will be able to dump him for cheating on you. Update.
Oh yeah, I think he's hiding something,
Oh yeah.
and that's why he banned you. And then he was like, "Oh, now everyone's gonna find out because you're asking questions.
Yeah,
You're finding out that no, you're actually not banned, and now you're gonna find out information."
he's just so pissed that
Yeah,
you surprised him at work.
yeah.
Update. It's only been a couple of days since my last post, and a couple of people asked for an update, so I'm deciding to give you one. Yay. Before I do, I want to thank everyone. Okay, cool. On Friday, after our argument regarding the banning, he went out with his friend and came home around 3 a.m. We didn't talk. I was really upset, so I pushed him away during the night. We barely talked all weekend until Sunday when I decided I should tell him we need to talk. But while I was waiting, he went to drink with his neighbor and would come in and out, ignoring my existence. So I finally was able to stop him and ask if we could talk. He said yes, but he was going to have one more drink, which became 2 or so. I was afraid this would affect the conversation. So when I asked him if we could talk again, I made a point to ask him if he was okay to talk since I felt like he was coming into this with an attitude. He let me know he wanted to get straight to the facts, so we talked. He brought up some issues we had in the past, one of which was about his best friend. I told him how I felt regarding the matter and that his best friend not talking to him for a bit was not my fault. For context, his best friend cheated on his girlfriend and then he sought out for me for advice. I shared my relationship problems with her and told her the best option was to leave now before more time passes and it gets harder to leave. I asked her not to share this with her ex if she was going to get back with him, but she did. Then he shared what he heard with my boyfriend, and during an argument, my boyfriend told me I was talking crap about him to someone I barely knew. So I confronted her about it, to which she pretended she never shared anything I said. Well, she got mad at her boyfriend and blocked him for telling my boyfriend And then he got mad at my boyfriend for telling me.
Oh my goodness, this is exhausting. It's like, well, you told Sherry, and Sherry told my boyfriend, and then my boyfriend told him, and then, well, then that got her all the way back to you, and that's just ridiculous.
Guess how long ago this happened?
A year ago?
This happened 2 years ago.
Oh.
And during that time, my boyfriend and I had many issues. I would often think maybe I should have left early on. I didn't want her to make my mistake. Anyways, during the argument, I shared my mind regarding this, the thing that happened 2 years ago. Told him what I shared came from a place of wanting to help her, letting her know I could relate to her, and I wanted what was the best for her. I also told him it was mean of her to go out and share it when I asked her not to. He was smirking and chuckling during this, and I got upset. So while he shared his mind, I smiled because I felt baffled, and I was petty, telling myself that if he could smirk and laugh, I could too.
Why are we still in this relationship?
I don't know. He got upset, and when I tried to chime in about something, he went off on me, telling me to shut the F up. This ended with me trying to take a shower and locking the door, which set him off to scream at me and hit the door. I never usually lock the door, but this time I did, and he didn't like it. Now, after a few days have passed, I'm in the process of trying to figure out where to move out to, but in the meantime, we still live together, and he's still upset that I broke up with him, removed him from his Instagram. He tells me I was petty for it, told his cousin about the banning, and now is saying I hugged and gave a kiss on the cheek to a manager. My boyfriend, now ex, greets everyone that way, but I don't. And by the way, you can greet us at your favorite podcast platform, OK Storytime, iHeartRadio, or Spotify. Search up OK Storytime with a nice welcome. Yeah, what? That just crashed and failed. Also, where in the heck did this 2-year problem from 2 years ago come from?
Yeah, and you're telling us about a 2-year problem that clearly never went away. Like, you clearly have giant communication problems with your partner. That you never solved. It's not that they're like coming back; they just never left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna knock this out.
Mm-hmm.
He regrets what happened, but says he was wasted. He claims he has tried to change for me, that I ruined things by running my mouth, and I should have reacted kinder the day he was wasted. He basically says I shouldn't have locked the door and doesn't understand that by saying I should have been nice while he was giving me attitude, he's basically telling me I need to pinch up my emotions while he can go off. He did try to get back together, but after I said no, he now says it was a moment of weakness. Comment number 1, so you didn't bring up the possibility of him cheating?
That's what we said.
He says, yeah, I did, but he denied all allegations. He even said he has given warnings and contacted HR regarding waitresses flirting with him, but that was the first time he's ever told me about it. Comment 2, he absolutely got mad at you because he was going to get caught trying to cheat or he was getting ready to cheat. I am so glad that you left him, and I hope you will make it to a safe place when you can move out. Hope he says he has cheated on me before when we first started dating multiple times with multiple people, but he swears he has not done that anymore, and I find that hard to believe.
What? Yeah. You
Dude.
stay with the cheater and have
Why are we getting
giant
this now?
communication problems.
We're getting this right now?
Oh my goodness.
At
this is
the end of the
huge.
story?
Yeah, she's like, well, he told me that he hasn't cheated again, but he did cheat before, so.
Dude, that would have helped so much with this
Lord, break
context.
up.
Comment number 3, I love how he blames you on running your mouth when it's just his lies being exposed. The fact that he was mad at you for not being loyal to a cheater says a lot. It's his best friend, and he's an adult who can accept his consequences for his actions. You didn't wreck the relationship with his cousin. He did that himself. Spouting nonsense. Who the F lies about that sort of crap to get back at their partner with? That's not healthy in any relationship. How he reacted as well just shows that you made the right choice. He can't take any credit for his bad choices. He just blames you for everything. Hope says he does not like it when I tell him it's consequences of his actions and I'm allowed to talk about what happened in our relationship. I did talk to a family member about this who brought up a perspective that I never considered. My ex had been bullied a lot since his childhood, but my cousin believes because of this, my ex has this huge distaste of not wanting to look weak or bad in any way and tries really hard to have this perfect persona. Does not excuse his actions though. I often feel I am not allowed to have a negative reaction when he treats me, but he can. I do admit I have an attitude, but I have tried to work on it and told him I require my space to cool down, which he also does not like because he wants me to be affectionate and kind when I'm mad. Yeah, and the issues that OP was talking about earlier was, I guess, him cheating on her.
He's cheating.
That makes
Literally
so much
cheated on you.
sense.
And then bad communication like it, bad communication throughout the relationship, and then you have this whole problem is him lying to you and not communicating and then blaming it on you, and you're like, what? This is shocking. It's like, no, like keep an eye out for these red flags, or you don't even have to keep the glaring freaking sea of lava.
This is whack, dude. Well, you're out, and hopefully life goes on.
Yeah,
better.
Better people in your life now.
Yikes.
But that's the end of the story